Good morning, baseball fans. Welcome back to the channel. We got 12 games that happened yesterday, May 26th, Wednesday, that we're going to go over. A couple of games were postponed, and we even have half a game, which doesn't happen too often. On mid-game suspension, we had another one that was suspended for at least an hour or a little bit longer than that. But yeah, before we go into that, we have a little bit of news around the MLB that Los Angeles Angels have fired their pitching coach. Yes, it's finally been done, and believe it or not, it's not due to their pitching performance. The poor guy was found harassing reporters and organization females around the league and his stints around, so I'm not going to give him too much time, but he was canned for that. Blacklisted from the MLB at least till 2022. We also have incident in the Cardinals game where a pitcher's hat was taken and sent to the MLB, and we'll get to that during the game. But yeah, so let's jump into it. We've got 12 games after we take out the postponements, and yeah, go down there, like, subscribe, join the community. We love the baseball chat. We're looking for some members of the community for each team, really. We got some for most teams, and yeah. Welcome. Twins 3, Orioles 2. Orioles continue to struggle. And believe it or not, they always seem to get an early lead in their games, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but it seems to happen. They're up 1-0 in the first, and then the Twins have that 3-run inning in the sixth off a Sano home run, 3-run home run, and really that's all that they need. Orioles try to make a late inning comeback, but they only put up one in the ninth. Trey Mancini gets that 11th home run of the season in that first inning, and Miguel Sano hits his 9th in that 6th inning, which was that 3-run shot. Pineda goes 6, 1 earned run, 8 Ks with that 1 home run against. Jorge Lopez goes 6, 3 earned runs, 3 Ks in the loss. He's now 1-6 on the season, but really he didn't give too much of a bad outing, and on most teams he'd probably have a much better record than 1-6, but the Orioles fall again, and I've said it, the Twins are bouncing back slowly but surely. Cardinals 4, White Sox 0, and this is the game that had the incident where the pitcher comes in. I'm going to scroll down because I don't remember his name off the bat. I believe it was Gallegos. It's not sounding familiar, but I remember it starting with a G, so correct me if I'm wrong, or go look it up yourself. The guy comes in a do-or-die situation in this game, and the ump comes out, Jerry West comes out, points his hat, wants to see his hat, takes his hat. Apparently there's some substance on it. Yeah, it was Gallegos. I had it over here on the side. Takes his hat, sends it to MLB, says there's some substance on it, and yeah, Mike Schilt comes out and gets tossed from this game, making a big scene about it, the manager of the Cardinals, but that pretty much it. No issue comes of it. No runs come of it. Gallegos ends up coming in there going 1.2, 3 strikeouts. Alex Reyes comes in there at the end, closes the door. No save opportunity. Gant goes 5, 0 earned runs. Very good outing for Gant. He's now 4-3 in the season. Rondon has his own amazing outing. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 10 Ks, but he picks up his second loss of the season. Unfortunate, no run support. You're not going to get the win. Tommy Edman gets 2 home runs in this game. Wow, he's up to 4 on the season, and he's been kind of doing pretty well since he's been put in the top of that lineup there. And he's pretty much the difference maker, and there's obviously no home runs for the White Sox, and the Cardinals take this one from the White Sox. Moving along, we got Athletics 6, Mariners 3, and the Athletics coming back a little bit here. Bounce back from the 2 games that they've lost already against the Mariners. And yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to pull up something at the same time so I can talk about it. But Haniger has a 2-hit night. Olsen, 13th home run of the season for the Oakland A's. They pretty much got out to a 2-0 lead right in the beginning here, added along the way, had that 3-run inning in the 4th. The Mariners really only put up their runs late in this game against the bullpen, and it was a 3-run 8th inning, and that's all they really had, and they weren't really in this game other than that. Kaperleinen gets his second win of the season, going 7-0 earned runs, 4 Ks. His ERA has been pretty good. He's just starting to join this rotation. He's looking pretty good for Oakland after a couple starts. Dugar, 3.1, 5 earned runs, 1 strikeout for the loss, and a little rough outing for this guy. Nothing else too much to say other than it's a nice bounce back for the A's. They're done in the series and then at least avoid the sweep. Moving on, Angels 9, Rangers 8. This game looked to be over relatively early, but we need to remember that even though they fired their pitching coach, the Angels always haven't improved that pitching situation. They almost got themselves into trouble late in this game with a 5-run 8th inning to bring it within 1 after being up 5-0 after the first inning and 9-1 after the 5th. Looking for that opportunity, but they fell a little short, and thankfully the Angels got it done. Justin Upton hit his 10th of the season. Ward hit his 4th, and then for the Texas Rangers, we got Garcia tying up Vladdy Guerrero for the home run lead with his 16th. Nate Lowe hits his 8th, and Gallo hits his 8th. So the Rangers' home runs were in full force in this game, and almost caught him. Cannon goes 6, 307K, so we had a fairly decent outing, but then the bullpen comes in. Watson giving up 4. Dunning on the other side goes 4, 7 earned runs. So Dunning, he's been a tale of two horses, really. He either has a really good outing or he has a pretty poor outing. So hopefully the Rangers can find some consistency with him going forward here. Cubs 4, Pirates 1, and the Cubs had that 3-run third inning, didn't really have to look back. In the 6th inning, they added on an insurance run, and then the Pirates answered back with 1. David Bodie hit a 2-run home run in that 4th inning, his 4th of the season, and the Pirates kind of went home runless. They only had 5 hits on the night. Interestingly enough, we had Kimbrel come in for his 11th save of the season. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing or why he was doing it, but he intentionally balked late in this game in that 9th inning when the guy was on second to move him to third. Not really sure what was going on there, but it goes down as his first career balk. So again, don't really know. I didn't dig too much into why he might have done it, but it didn't make a lot of sense to me personally. Crow goes 1.1, 3 earned runs, and Crow, they keep seeming to use short outings, and he always giving up a couple runs, so not going so well. Trevor Williams, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 Ks for his 3rd win of the season. He's now above 500, and the past couple games he's settled down. This Cubs bullpen has really taken shape, and it's been good for them. Marlins 4, Phillies 2. The Phillies and Marlins were tied 1-1 going into the 4th here, and then in the 5th inning, the Phillies took a little bit of a lead. It looked like they had the Marlins at bay. The Marlins had threatened a couple times, not performed, but in the bottom of the 8th, the Marlins popped off here and took a big win, and this is a big win. They now pass the Phillies in the standings, and they're probably like 1 or half a game behind the teams after them, because the other teams were losing or they were off. So the Marlins are really much in this hunt. No home runs across the game, but Nieder goes 4, 1 earned run, 3 Ks, and then the bullpen comes in, completely closes the door. Nola goes 6, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, and this no decision in typical kind of Philly fashion. Bullpen comes in late in this game and blows the game. There's been a couple teams around the league lately that just have a bullpen, and it's starting to show why the bullpens are so important. You got those bullpen starter games that 1 every 5 for a lot of teams, and then a lot of situations lately the bullpens just aren't getting it done. Tigers 1, Indians 0, and maybe this is a shining of the Indians offense hitting on a little snag here lately, but they lose to the Tigers in this 1-0 fashion. Fulmer gets the win in this one in a bullpen situation. He comes in just for 1 inning, and that's when they end up scoring. What was it, in the 8th inning? Urena goes 5.2, 0 earned runs, 2 Ks. He had a pretty good outing. He's really come down from the inflated ERA that he had right at the beginning of the season. And McKenzie on the other side, 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 3 walks, and 5 Ks. And for Cleveland, Pluto seems to be out, so they lost one of their best starters so far this season. Could be a big concern. We'll get to that because I have planned to do the injury report today. Rays 2, Royals 1. Rays bouncing back in a 10th inning win here, giving up a late inning blown game here, which doesn't happen too often for the Rays. Home run, Benintendi hits his 4th of the season, and that's in the 9th inning. That's the one that ties the game off of the bullpen here. What is it? Firesian? Oh, man. 1 run, 1 earned run for them. The Glass now goes 8 innings, 11 K, 0 earned runs, and he's in line for the win. They're only up 1-0, and you hope he can close the door because he put up such a good performance, but they just can't because Benintendi hits that bomb. Mike Minor goes 5, 1 earned run, 9K, so this was just a straight-up pitcher's duel on both sides, but yeah, extra innings. Kansas City wasn't able to put one across, and the Rays were. Red Sox 9, Braves 5. This one had a very long mid-game delay due to rain. I guess the East Coast is really getting hit by rain. We had both New York games get delayed and another one halfway through. Austin Riley hits his 10th of the season for the Braves, and Contreras his 5th in the 9th inning here. The Braves got out to a 3-0 lead, and it looked pretty good for them, but this is kind of like what I was saying with Philly. Can't really hold your horses when the Braves bullpen starts coming in, or even their starters have had kind of a rough time. Boston ties it up in the bottom of the 4th. Renfroe in that second inning hit his 6th home run of the season, and Devers hit his 14th in the 4th, so Drew Smyly giving up both the home runs for the Red Sox in this game. In the 6th inning, they put up 4 runs themselves, and they didn't really look back after that. Pivetta goes 6, 4 earned run, 9K, so like an okay outing, enough to get the win. And Smyly goes 5.1, 7 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, so that 4-run inning all goes to Smyly as well. So Braves maybe pushing Smyly a bit too long, but it doesn't seem like they have a lot of options sometimes. So looking back, the Marlins are tied with the Braves, it looks like, too, which is just going to make for that division to be fun, super interesting. Astros 5, Dodgers 2. They're bouncing back off this one, and they got to Trevor Bauer early. Altuve leading the game off with a big bomb off Trevor Bauer. And then the Dodgers were able to tie it up. Nuiz hit his 3rd home run of the season. That was in the 8th inning, though, when they're already pretty much down and out, 5-1. We also have Diaz hitting his 2nd of the season, and Carlos Correa hitting his 7th of the season. So a little bit of home run train for the Astros to get this one and bounce back after losing pretty badly to the Dodgers before. Luis Garcia goes 6, 0 earned runs, 7 Ks, and Trevor Bauer goes 6 inning pitch, 2 earned runs, and 3 Ks. One of his somewhat mediocre performances. He's now 5-3 on the season with 2.07 ERA. You would think with someone with that ERA would have a little bit better record on the Dodgers, but it seems like they just don't seem to give him a whole lot of run support this season so far. But yeah, that's that. Moving on, we have another extra inning game. Padres 2, Brewers 1, and Jake Cronworth really won this game in the bottom of the 10th when Milwaukee was in their extra innings frame. He had made a nice defensive play. If you haven't seen it, go back and check that out. It was nice. Home run wise, we got Lauer, the pitcher, hitting the only run for the Brewers, and that was in the 3rd inning here. Believe it or not, the Brewers offense is really pretty cold. We have Yelich batting 250, Kane batting 200. A lot of guys just not batting. Travis Shaw 197. Like with batting averages like that, you're not gonna. I don't care how good your pitching is, you're gonna have trouble winning. Paddock, 1 earned run over 6. That's probably one of his longest outings in a while. He only had to use 68 pitches to get through 6 innings. I think usually he's on somewhat of a pitch count, so it's nice to see that. His ERA is definitely coming down, and Chris Paddock really seems to be finding his groove a little bit with the style of way that they're managing San Diego. And Padres, after losing yesterday, come back and take a win. Moving on, we got Giants last game of the night. Giants 5, D-backs 4. Diamondbacks got out to a 4-0 lead quick, and I had some concern. I was like, okay, the Giants haven't really shown, like, they haven't been put in this situation where they come back too often. Dodgers had put them in this situation, and they just lost those games, but they find that their comeback groove, and it's a good spot to find it against a team like the Diamondbacks, and they find it. Putting up 2 in the 6th and then 3 in the top of the 8th to take the lead, and they don't have to look back. Yastrzemski with a double, Slater his 6th home run of the season, and Vossler in that 8th hit that first home run of the season for him. I don't even know who Vossler is, I'm going to be honest with you. Trying to find him in the box score, I can't even see him. Oh, he's a pinch runner, first baseman. So he came in pinch run and then stayed in, hit a home run. So good for him. Cueto goes 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 5 Ks. We got Kelly on the other side, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks. And he left with a no decision. He was in a good spot to get this win, but the bullpen just couldn't get it done. On the other side, Rogers comes in and gets his 6th save of the season. It became interesting. He gave up a couple hits in that 9th inning. As the bases would have been loaded, but they closed the door, and Giants sneak away with a nice win here to keep pace with the Padres and pick up a game on the Dodgers, which is always nice. That's pretty much it. We had 12 games yesterday. Like I said, 2 were postponed. Both New York games completely postponed. We had Washington game that was halfway through, bottom of the 4th, Washington, Cincinnati. Washington up 3-0, but when they actually complete the game, that's when I'll review it. But yeah, let's go into some of these injuries, because I know there's been some injuries around the league. The Dodgers, Bellinger could return this week from that fracture, so that's nice. We have Corey Kluber, which I talked about yesterday. After throwing a no-hitter against the Rangers, when he went up against the Blue Jays, he left early. A strained subscapular muscle in his right shoulder, so it can't be good. He'll be shut down for at least 4 weeks. Not good. Ozuna for the Braves gets placed on a 10-day DL. Senzel undergo arthroscopic surgery on his left knee to clean up a meniscus tear for the Reds. Bryce Harper, after insisting this week that Harper did not play Sunday or Monday, simply he wanted to give him a couple days off. The Phillies placed him on the injured list with a bruised left wrist and flat. So they lied. Long story short, Syndergaard, who underwent Tommy John surgery, was removed from his rehab start in low A due to right elbow soreness. So that's not good at all. Zach Plesac, this is who I call him Pluto. Plesac. Tuesday, Plesac was heading to injured list for a non-displaced fracture on his right thumb. Apparently this happened due to how he took off his shirt after the game, so that's pretty funny. Manny Machado is scheduled to take batting practice, so he's only got right shoulder inflammation. Seems like a day-to-day kind of injury. And Grisham, for them, that leadoff guy, left foot contusion, was so fortunate as he's placed on the 10-day TL. So I guess it looked worse than it was. If we get to the Astros, we got a couple of their pitchers who hopefully are coming back soon. Valdez made his 2nd rehab start in AAA, so he could be back soon. Odorizzi, with his right trot matter strain, also made his 2nd rehab start. So that's, if you're facing the Astros rehab team or AAA team, single A team, watch out. Yaquita also on a rehab team. So they got 3 starters working their way back. I think that's a good sign for them. Moving on to the Blue Jays, we have David Phelps. He underwent right lat surgery. He will be out the rest of the season. So that's a big blow to the Jays, who have had some struggles in their bullpen as of late. Kyle Gibson for the Rangers, who's had a Cy Young kind of season. I'm saying it. He's on the 10-day DL with a right groin strain. Jazz Chisholm is back on the injured list here. He came out of the game on Tuesday against the Phillies in that 9th inning with a mild right ankle sprain. Lots of injuries. Damn, I'm just gonna skip over the A's here. Luzardo is fractured right hand on rehab assignment. Brandon Belt, 10-day DL list on Wednesday with a left oblique sprain. It's just mild, so hopefully not too much of an issue for Belt, but that kind of explains why that first baseman was in that I was talking about during the wrap-up. And then we have Logan Webb through 120 prior to the game. The right-hander is scheduled to throw a bullpen session, so Logan Webb's probably going to be back soon. That's just a little bit rundown of some of the injuries and news around the MLB that's coming up this next week, et cetera, et cetera. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys for the next video.